Hello everyone, how are we? Welcome back to the Netrock server. I hope you're all doing okay. What are you... Oh, right. What are you doing? Bye then. So yeah, how are we all? Hope everyone's all doing just fine. I am good, thank you very much. We've been doing... Oh, well that's ruined my opener. Oh. Man, how did that happen? So, I had 6 villagers here. All of them stonemasons. And I was using them to trade away all of the spare stone and stuff I was getting. Look at all the emeralds I've made, all of those there. Bought some tropical fish as well. All those emeralds there, all of the beacon beams, their bases are now emeralds. I've reclaimed all of my iron back. And it was all through these guys here. And I had they were, at the time, they were the queens of the stone trades. It's a joke. You get it, because Queens of the Stone Age are a band and... Just look up No One Knows. That's one of their more well-known songs, I think. Anyway, yeah, the Queens of the Stone Trades, they've all died. Which is unfortunate. I guess we need some stone roses for the dead. 2 jokes in one. Because you have the Stone Roses who are a band and Roses for the Dead, which is a Funeral for a Friend song. And never mind, it's fine. But yeah, I'd just give them everything that I had until they didn't want any anymore. Then they'd turn around and they'd say to me, "No more stone." Bum, 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 bum. It's a reference back to the Queens of the Stone Age joke. It's... Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Ah, I'm really gutted about that. I didn't realise zombies could reach through this gap and get them. Oh, man, because I'm sealed round the back here. Oh, only thing I can think of is if lightning struck them and then they despawn. But still, it's okay though, because the villager breeder here has been doing just fine. You can't see because I... Where is all of my stuff? There we go, that's better. So yeah, the villager breeder has been firing off overtime though. So there's at least that. As you can see, they're all down there. We got some in different uniforms. I'm assuming it's because we've got Unacceptable Joe, who is just a regular nitwit. So they come out as jungle villagers. Oh no, he's a jungle nitwit. And then we have a desert guy in the form of Adam or Steve, whichever one it was. So we get a 50-50 shot of whether or not there'll be jungle or desert villagers. And then we've also got the other one. I had to rope him off. He's all the way over there on his own. Because they were just breeding up too many villagers, basically. So I've segregated him all the way over here on his own, just to keep safe. And actually thinking about it, he's probably not that safe. It's probably a miracle he's not been taken apart already, just because I'm sure a zombie could come and grab him through the side here. So let's maybe just... I haven't got enough fences, and that needs to go back over there anyway to stop the villagers in the pit from dying. So yeah, we'll just block him off so he's nice and safe. Turn the villager breeder off for the time being, but I guess I need to get some more Queens of the Stone Trades. I had loads of blocks in my inventory. Why did I not just use those? Never mind. As you can see as well, I have been doing a little bit of building off camera. Not much, just enough to try and begin to get a little ecosystem of sorts established. Just a couple of little houses to get the place up and underway. It was looking a bit barren in here. So I've got these 2 houses, more or less identical. And keep quiet, all of you lot. More or less identical. They're just some small little, look, here's the interior. Nothing too fancy. I just want to get some houses set up for when we begin to move villagers out of the holding pen there and populate the place. And I've just got another house right here, more or less the same. Just a bed and barrel. Nothing too fancy. Little outsidey bit area, campfire, grindstone, a little barbecue sort of thing going on here. A couple of cows for food to go into the stew later. Yeah, just nice and simple. I can do a little fly around as well so you can see what's going on. Just nice, simple. I think they're alright. I think they do the job. These might just be our regular jungle houses. Maybe we'll get some other diversity and that sort of thing for extra buildings that we put around the place. Also, as is the custom, between episodes I have been doing a little bit of terraforming, pushing the mountain back even further, destroying the mountain and even rebuilding it. As you can kind of see, I've basically rebuilt a mountain I say a mountain, from the angle I'm looking at it, it's more of a mound. But I've rebuilt it because I did a little fly around on my camera account, and as you will hopefully be able to see, it doesn't look like the land ever really came back down to a level that I wanted it to be at. So what I did instead was basically rebuilt the mountain to try and make it fit in more with what I had in mind. And as a compromise for that, what I've actually gone and done is made it so that the wall cuts through the mountain and then it will pop out on the other side somewhere, and then we actually kind of incorporate it into the base a little bit. So that's the plan here. I need to get some decoration onto this mound, some grass, some trees and that sort of thing, and then we're going to carry on clearing away the mountain that's right next to the beacons here, just so that we have more space to work with. And behind this mountain it does actually level out a little bit, so we should be able to make something cool and flatten the area out a bit, make it look a lot nicer and get some buildings up. Talking of building, as you might have gathered, I have been doing a lot of terraforming and I am fed up of doing all that digging and all that sort of stuff. So we're going to do some building instead. I have a couple of ideas for things that I want to get going, so let's begin working on them. Needless to say, I haven't replaced the pufferfish. We will never be buying buckets of pufferfish ever again. I had several buckets of pufferfish. I have killed all of the pufferfish. I am not dealing with that again. Anyway, what we're going to be working on, what I actually want to get going, is a sort of cemetery kind of deal, because fortunately on the server, and just going to go and touch some wood here, fortunately we've not actually died that much here on the server, other than the 3 deaths that I have written in my death note book. We've actually done pretty okay, and what I want to kind of do is get prepared for if that stops being the case, as it may very well do. So we're going to go and we're going to get ourselves a cemetery set up. I'm not really sure how to design a cemetery. I've never had to before, so we'll just have to see how it comes out. I'm getting the basics that I think I'm going to need. Oh, let's get some podzol as well. We will probably need that for the floor in there. I'm also thinking some coarse dirt as well, because I think there's 2 different ways that we can do this. We can do a nice green fluffy sort of not fluffy, but like a green and leafy, well looked after cemetery, or a kind of grey, dirty, more gothic looking one. And I think that's what we're going to go for, based on the fact we're in a jungle here, things are going to overgrow and that sort of thing. We don't really want a nicely pruned and nicely kept cemetery, I don't think. Let's just see how we do here. Let's see what we get hold of. I don't know. I think the bricks are going to do fine. I think that the cobble is going to be great as well. What I do want to do is have a kind of mausoleum sort of thing. I did not bring enough stone bricks. Sort of mausoleum in there as well. What do the walls look like to get? I don't have any of the cobble ones either. Let's go with those. And some of these ones too. Because if these go well together, then that'll be great. If they don't, then that'll suck. I think we can work with that. I think if we use the bricks as the main build, and then we'll just throw in some of the broken cobble ones every so often. Or is the texture too sharp there? I think that might be too much of a sharp change. Let me just have a look. Maybe andesite will help to soften that just a little bit. Let's see what that does for us. I'm not sure about that. Not really. I think the mossy cobble works quite nicely. Maybe if we kind of do it like that. I think the change in texture looks better next to the moss than it does the plain stone, in my opinion. So maybe we can just do it like that. If we make sure that all the cobble is sandwiched between two mossy variants. After all that, I think I'm just going to go with the stone bricks. Let's have a look and see what we can do. That's not going to work. Oh yeah, I forgot there was a giant ravine underneath. Okay, I'm not 100% sold on this just yet. I think maybe the ground is a little bit too busy for us. I've only used Podzol Coaster and the path blocks. I'm also not a fan of the wall here just yet. And I don't know if I like the entrance gate. It's too squashed. So I may need to completely redesign the outside. Haha! Alright, well, it's certainly come along. You, my friend, should be in there, buried, underground. Maybe that's what we should do. Maybe we could get some zombies trapped underneath, and then they're groaning. Yeah, like that. Their groaning will just kind of create a little bit of ambience. Like, something ain't right here. Oh, I tell you what would be good, actually. Kind of going off of the back of that. So if we've got the zombies growling underneath, there's a little bit of supernatural, something unknown going on. Maybe if we can track down a mushroom island, then we can get some podzol down in here. Because the podzol, not the podzol, what is the mushroom one called? Mycelium. Because that has like little particles coming off it, and that might help to make this look a little bit more mysterious and enchanted. And where are those zombies? Well, wherever they are, I appreciate their ambience. So it's looking a bit kind of barren and plain for the time being, but that's just because we're too good at the game. We're not dying enough, which is, you know, not the most enviable problem in the world. But yeah, I reckon if and when we have a couple more deaths, we get a couple more gravestones in here, it will look a bit more populated. For now, at least, I think it's okay. The mausoleum right here, not 100% happy with it, but I do like it. I think maybe the roof needs to be a little bit more pitched rather than squashed down. So maybe I can work on that in the future. But yeah, other than that, just a nice little thing in here. I've got a small casket right there, some lanterns, and then we've finally put to use all of those stacks of spider webs that I have. Just to create a little bit of decoration and ambience. I think it's alright. I think it does the job. Maybe we could put some Maybe we could put like a group grave down for the queens of the stone trades. Even though they didn't die on camera, I think that maybe they should be commemorated right here. But we can come back to that another time. For now, I want to go and do something down at the slime farm. So let's get underway. So what we're looking at doing next is... Oh, look, some slimes are dying right there. We get to see everything in action. Look, they're gonna suffer. Awesome. And then our minecart will drop the slime balls off, and it will stop and do so. Get to see it actually happen now. In theory, as long as the minecart comes back. Anyway, what I want to... There he is. And he drops them off. Oh, what a nice delivery. That was a good amount there. Right, nice. So, what we want to do now is get the system in place where it's going to send these slime balls up to the top where we're going to gather them. And it's a very simple, straightforward system that we have here. So, I have got a water stream in here. These have all been replaced with source blocks. The soul sand, like the elevator, sends you shooting up here. And then this leads down to where we're eventually going to get our chests and storage set up. But first, I need to get some redstone in place down here. So my first thought, well, obviously we need to block that back up first. That's a necessity. Now I also need to check around and make sure that everything is covered on all sides around this column here with the dispenser and the soul sand, which it looks like it is, other than this side, which is wonderful. So now I need to pop a comparator right here, and this will check for when there are items in the dropper right here, which there are right now. We got all the slime blocks that I've been converting the slime into, as well as a bunch of slime balls as well. That's fantastic. And after that, I need a blob of dust here and a blob of dust there. Then we pop a repeater right there and a repeater right there. Now what this will do is when there is an item in the dropper here, it will send a signal into the comparator, which will power this block. It will then power this little line here, which will hold any other items in the hopper. And then it will also power this simultaneously, which will power the dropper again, ejecting whatever item is in there into the soul sand, which will then push it into the water stream and send it... Oh! and send it all the way up to the collection area right there. Once the item has left the dropper, everything loses power, which then unlocks this hopper, sending the next item in there, and the cycle repeats. For instance, oh, I can't put anything in there because I've locked the chest. Oh, and that's why I've locked the chest, of course. Oh, gosh darn it. Okay, well, that's fine. We don't need to put anything in there. We can put something into the hopper instead. So let me just replace these. Repeater facing in there, repeater facing there, dust and dust. So, because there are multiple items in here at the same time, it doesn't actually work. So if we put 6 in here, you can see it fires off 6 times, everything is emptied, and those 6 slime balls should have travelled all the way up to the top. They don't look to be down here. Oops. Oh, maybe they are down here. What are those? Those are the 6 slime balls. Okay. That gives us a little bit of a problem here, because we don't want those slime balls to shoot out of the side here, and I reckon it's because the chests aren't a full block that's happening. Okay. I think this is easily fixable. What we need to do is just move everything down one, I reckon. Give me a couple moments to think this through, and I'll be right back. Alright, so what I've done is I have basically lowered everything by 1 block. So we've got an extra hopper here underneath the drop-off point, which is then feeding into the chest right here, which feeds into a hopper and then into the dropper, and then we can put the redstone circuit down here where it belongs. Additionally... Wait, I don't know if that's actually going to have helped or not. Let's give it a go and see. What I want to make sure is that it hasn't messed up the circuit for the cart here, which I don't think it has. then what I need to just test is if this actually does work, or if I have just literally moved the problem down by a block, which is entirely possible. Let's put those in there. I reckon I may have just moved everything down a block, but let's give it a stab and see. If I turn the hitboxes on, can I see it? Oh, I think that's our stone block right there. Don't think that worked. I think it might... Yeah, I think it's the chest. I think we need to do something about the chest, really. Maybe if we just make it all hoppers, will that work? Maybe. Okay, I have a feeling that this may work better, because in doing this we have got the entire soul sand block here surrounded by whole blocks, which means that it should send our items shooting straight up into our storage, eventual storage area. Let me go and clear what I have got up the top here, so we will know if anything new has made it up here. Yes, so there are some bits of stone here, but what we want is for it to be really reliable and consistent. And I'm aware that the kind of comparator clock sort of thing that we're using down here isn't the most efficient. You can get a design that fires the items out very, very quickly indeed. However, I think it can cause a bit of lag. And also, we won't be dealing with that many items to the point where we'll want it firing non-stop really quickly all the time. We should only really be getting a couple of slime balls come through every go, so it just makes much more sense to have a clock that only fires when it needs to. So let's get the comparator in, put these blocks back in, and get the repeater there. And another one here, just like that. The reason why we're using repeaters is because the redstone dust actually connects to the comparator through the side, and we don't really want that to happen. So, now I think maybe this should work quite nicely for us. There's nothing in there at the moment. Let's pop some slime balls in and see. Okay, well I can't see the hitboxes for anything, so hopefully that's good news. We put 6 slime balls in. Let's see if 6 made it to the top. If they did, then I think we are on to a winner and we can get sorting out the storage section up here. And there are some slime balls. 6? Yeah, we got 6. Alright, nice. So, now what we need is to work out the best way of doing this transfer part right here. I have a bone to pick with you, pufferfish. Mean anything to you? Apparently not. Alright, so I've been doing a spot of thinking and working here. So we've got a water elevator that leads down to our wiring. I think I initially said I wanted to do a redstone elevator, but I tend to get a little bit of lag down here in the jungle, and also with the redstone updates coming in 1.16, I don't really want to do anything too massive until those are figured out. And like I say, I do tend to get a little bit of lag sometimes, and I don't want to glitch through the elevator, so I just thought I'd stick with the water design for the time being. Plus it's much quicker. And for our waterway up the top here, I'm just going to grab some because I need a bit of water. For the waterway up here, we've got blue ice, because items travel really fast along the blue ice. Look at that. As well as these slab blocks so that we can control the water flow. We're going to pop one right there. Just dig over the top. And the next one's going to go right there. I don't want it to leak down though, so I guess I'd better fill all this stuff in. Pop that one there. And then we're going to repeat all the way along here. That will go around the corner and along the top here. We'll pop some hoppers in these gaps, the chests in front, and then that should sort us out nicely. Right, chests and hoppers are all in. Now let's get back up there. Uh-oh. Let's just do that. There we go. So we get back up here. Now we can just pop all of the water in. I need to get some more. There we go. So we get all of the water, and then that washes over the hoppers. That will wash the items over. A little bit of ice right there. And that'll do there. I think we're done. All that remains now is just for a quick test, but I need to wait for the slime balls to come through first. Actually, no we don't, because I've got a whole heap of them in my inventory, so we could actually just, there we are, put 6 in the thing. Dropper fired 6 times. And with any luck, they should make their way down and into here. Actually, no, they shouldn't. They should make their way down into here. We're missing one. There it is. Do you know what? That's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. Awesome. Oh, good. That all works. That's fantastic. So that's actually going to wrap it up for this episode right here. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, then please do feel free to leave a thumbs up and a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And other than that, that's all good. I will see you next time. Bye bye.